अध्यक्ष श्री वीरेंद्र सचदेवा जी हैं, साथ में दिल्ली युवा मोर्चा के अध्यक्ष श्री सागर त्यागी भी हैं। मैं माननीय जयशंकर जी, जिनके विचारों को अभी दिल्ली के युवाओं ने भी सुना कुछ देर पहले, मैं उनसे अनुरोध करूंगा कि वे इस प्रेस वार्ता को प्रारंभ करें।
नमस्कार। आज मैं यहाँ आप जानते हैं कि संविधान हत्या दिवस के अवसर पे यहाँ एक मॉक पार्लियामेंट चल रहा है नीचे, और उसको संबोधित करने के लिए मैं आया था। तो मैंने इमरजेंसी के बारे में अपने विचार, अपना अनुभव, मेरे जो यादगारें जो हैं उस समय के, क्योंकि मैं उनको बता रहा था कि मैं करीब उस उम्र का था जो अभी वो हैं, कि जो सामान्य नागरिक उस समय जो 20-22 साल का है, उसको इमरजेंसी के बारे में उनकी एक्सपीरियंस क्या थी, उनके यादें क्या थी, उसके सबक क्या है। और आज भी हमें जो युवा पीढ़ी जो है उनको बताना होगा, उनके साथ शेयर करना होगा कि इमरजेंसी के डेंजर्स क्या थे, इमरजेंसी पे मीडिया पे कैसे हमला हुआ, संविधान की कैसे हत्या हुई, डेमोक्रेसी की कैसे हत्या हुई, उसका राजनीतिक प्रभाव जो था, इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे हमारा इमेज कैसे बिगाड़ा गया। तो ये सब चीज़ जो है, इस पे मैंने अपनी बात उनके सामने रखी। तो ये एक सालगिरह है जो हम सब लोगों को विचार तो ज़रूर करना चाहिए। तो मैंने सोचा कि ये एक अवसर है, आप सबसे मिलकर भी बहुत खुशी हुई। आपके मन में अगर इसके बारे में कुछ प्रश्न है या कोई अन्य विषय है तो मैं ज़रूर उस पर कमेंट करना चाहूँगा।
How things have changed from the emergency when media was gagged and today when all the parties are going with their delegations and spreading a word and view for what India is all about?
You know, it's a very interesting question because I ended my talk exactly on that note. I told young people that emergency happened because interest of a family was put ahead of the interest of the nation. Today we are seeing interests of the nation put ahead. That I have a great sense of pride when I see parliamentary delegations, led by Shashi Tharoor ji, Supriya Sule ji, Kanimori ji, Sanjay Jha ji, people like that. Of course, naturally, I would say Jay Panda, but when I see a unity, Ravi Shankar Prasad ji, when I see a unity of delegations, Shinde ji, he also led one delegation. So all parties going out across the world, speaking in defense of our national interest, giving the message that terrorism is not acceptable. कि हमारी नीति है zero tolerance of terrorism, and if terrorism continues, we reserve the right to defend our people. This was the message that they carried, and I think it made जो भी delegation बाहर गए, I personally took feedback from them. And one thing I can tell you, they said in every country they went to, people said, for us the most impressive part is that all your parties, including opposition parties, are represented in it. I think it was a great moment for us.
सर नीरज हूँ न्यूज 18 इंडिया से। हमारा सवाल है कि आपने कहा कि जो लोग संविधान की किताब लेकर घूम रहे हैं उनके मन में कुछ और है, लेकिन उन्हीं की पार्टी जो है मौजूदा सत्ताधारी पार्टी पे संविधान को डिमीन करने का आरोप लगा दिया। और इसी के साथ एक सप्लीमेंट्री क्वेश्चन है सर कि आरएसएस के दत्तात्रेय बोले हैं, वो कह रहे हैं कि आपातकाल के दौरान संविधान में जो धर्मनिरपेक्ष और समाजवादी शब्द जोड़े गए उनको हटाना चाहिए, उनकी समीक्षा होनी चाहिए। कैसे देख रहे हैं?
नहीं, देखिए, अब आप क्योंकि आप मेरी बात कोट कर रहे हैं जो मैंने वहाँ कहा था, पर मैंने ये भी कहा था कि आप देखिए पार्टियों की रिकॉर्ड देखिए, उनका डीएनए देखिए कि जो आज भी इमरजेंसी के लिए अपोलोजाइज नहीं करते, उनके मन में संविधान के लिए क्या आदर सम्मान से वो देख सकते हैं। जिन्होंने संविधान की ऐसी हत्या की, इतने अत्याचार की, तो संविधान हाथ में रख के घूमने से कुछ होता नहीं है। संविधान जो है अंदर होना चाहिए, दिल में होना चाहिए, मन में होना चाहिए। तो दूसरा जो है, जो आदरणीय दत्ता जी के बारे में आपने कहा, देखिए मैं सरकार का मंत्री हूं, तो ऐसे विषय पे मेरा कुछ कमेंट देना उचित नहीं होगा।
Sir, we saw that it's a bit different question, but then we are seeing new India and new foreign policy, a very strong foreign policy that is coming up and more from times now. Now, Rajnath Singh, defense minister, went for the SCO and he clearly stated that anyhow, if the word terrorism or the joint statement on terrorism is being diluted, India will not sign it. It's a clear message going out to the world. How do you see this, sir?
See, let me give you some context because I think it's important. This Shanghai Cooperation Organization, its objective was to fight terrorism. Okay? So this organization exists to fight terrorism. So what happened was, when Rajnath ji went for a defense minister's meeting and there was a discussion on the outcome document, one country, you can guess which one country said that no, we do not want a reference to that. Now Rajnath ji's view rightly was that without that reference, when the main purpose of that organization is to fight terrorism and you are not allowing a reference to that, I am not prepared to accept it. So I think it is very understandable, and again look, our point of view to terrorism, because one country, you see, SCO runs by unanimity, तो सर्वसहमति से SCO चलता है। तो एक देश ने जो है, उन्होंने कहा कि हम नहीं मानेंगे कि आतंकवाद का कहीं जिक्र होना चाहिए, और राजनाथ जी ने कहा कि अगर आतंकवाद का कोई इसमें जिक्र नहीं है तो हम लोग जो है वो स्टेटमेंट नहीं मानेंगे।
Next.
Just mentioned that parties have not apologized for what they have done during the emergency, sir. But the opposition is also mentioning that there has been an undeclared emergency in the country.
If there was an undeclared emergency, you will not be sitting here asking me that question. You know what emergency was? Media was picked up and arrested for asking inconvenient questions. Political leaders were put in jail. I mean, please understand what this term emergency means. It is not to be used lightly. In emergency, questions could not be asked. People could not sit. There would be no press conference like this. So please understand the gravity of what emergency was. It is not a debating point.
So one more point, they said that you are BJP hiding its failure behind what they are doing right now, saying but observing it should be a university.
No. Look, we are reminding people that 50 years ago there was an assault on the Constitution. There was an assault on democracy. There was an assault on the media. There was an assault on our politics. There was an assault on our culture, on which movies to produce, who will sing which songs. Kishore Kumar was not allowed to sing. I mean, think of, universities were gagged and bound. Ordinary citizens, forced vasectomies were carried out. Firings took place in cities including this city. People were picked up with no accountability. I mean, how can you please try to imagine? That is why we want an event like this. Young people need to remember this. They need to understand what it was like at that time. Because, interested parties will say, they will try to diminish it. We are not hiding anything. We are exposing politics of a party in whose DNA emergency was there. And this is being done by people in whose DNA democracy is there, who are willing to fight for democracy.
I have experienced emergency. I was studying in the FO school.
Okay, really?
Remember?
We are both from the same school.
So I was about 12 years. And when we were boarding the bus, we came to know that Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed has signed this. And it was pretty, I think he was not agreeing to sign this. So if you would like to throw something, the President wasn't signing on this.
No, I don't know. I don't know about that. No, but the fact is, the emergency was You know what I was sharing with the young people was that for the sake of one person's seat, for the sake of one family, it was made into an issue of the security of India and internal disturbances. And that tells you the mindset of those people and that family. Okay, thank you very much. Namaskar.